Welcome to Pen TV News at 6. My name is Babatunde Adeomi. Here are the headlines. The rate of deaths issue on malaria in Nigeria. The general community of Lagos not normal over composing waste. The news info. A lab attendant at the Blue Cross Hospital, Lagos, Oriyomi Ajao, has reiterated that the best means to curb malaria in Nigeria is to cultivate the habit of using mosquito nets and ensure neat environments. He said this during an interaction in his office where he advised that people should not abuse the usage of drugs, claiming that they have malaria before conducting tests to confirm.
Statistically in Nigeria, malaria actually kills. The malaria kills, but those days it was a bit rampant. But nowadays, thank God for series of therapeutic dispensation of drugs. The rate at which it kills, as those days, very, as I've said, but today it has actually reduced a bit. But things to put in place to actually reduce the death rate are like if you look at the prognosis of malaria, whereby you see a lot of mosquitoes infestations and stagnation of water, environmental reduction of malaria habitation. All those things they actually leads to high rate at which people can actually be in contact with malaria, and except things like mosquito nets, cleanliness of our environment, and use of drugs, therapeutic drugs, and also when cases of malaria is noted, see a doctor in hospital for necessary diagnosis, and which can be tackled with malaria, anti-malaria drugs. But in short, the rate at which this thing can be reduced is by the use of mosquito nets and making sure that our environment is clean and neat.
The management of the Nigerian Institute of Journalism has extended the project submission of the graduating class of the Higher National Diploma till August ending. This was due to the low turnout of the project submission by the students, claiming that other assignments have affected them from meeting up with the deadline. However, the management of the institute has advised them to finish up on time so that they can meet up with the new deadline, promising that late submission will attract every penalty. On entertainment, a Nigerian popular musician, Chris Daniel, has put a free show to compensate the Tanzania for his failure to meet up with the initial show. It will be recalled that the artist was arrested in Tanzania a few days ago for alleged breach of contract and was due to be charged in court. According to the country laws, debunking the allegation, during the live session, Mr. Uwa admitted to followers claim that all had agreed to reschedule the show before it came the next day. The general community of Lagos not normal over decomposing waste. Residents of Seaway Avenue, Ijegun, have accused the Lagos State Waste Management Authority of neglecting the waste in the area, despite several calls and requests. Residents lamented that the waste agency and the contractor in charge of the area were putting their lives at risk. The residents alleged that lawman turned a deaf ear to their plea. Our correspondents observed an army of flies in the area as a result of accumulated waste. Our correspondent Adefioye Ade prepared a special report on complaint about the challenge students face during project supervision.
Thank you, Adewumi. The importance of project work for students cannot be overstressed, and probably every individual investing time and money, forgetting about family, friends, and pleasure to achieve a particular goal at any point in time should be a final year student carrying out research on any project topic to investigate existing problem and provide a solution or suggestion to solve the trend problem. No research today is new, only that we're developing ideas based on existing information to generate a given aim based on personal modification and understanding at the time. As information technology advances, so is research moving from one level to a high competitive platform to really prove a point that relevant ideas are added year to year as final year students pass on to the labor market as a graduate of any field of study. This is not just a project, but a process any student, regardless of the degree, must pass through to graduate. However, project works offer a bridge to independent learning for students and organizational growth. There is no doubt that project works enable the students to develop an inquisitive mind, always wanting to find out why things happen the way they happen. Also, the usefulness of project work is that it enables the student to be methodical in his approach to solving the research problem. Project works make students cease to depend on the rule of the thumb, but to be scientifically minded. Several people have complained about the experience they went through with their supervisors. Let's hear what Nigerian students have to say.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel. Okay. Regarding that, the little challenge I have doing that's 2020 Federal Polytechnic Ilaru. So my supervisor, Mr. Sonny. So one of the challenges I have with him, he's a cool man, but one of the challenges I have with him is he will not inform his the people he's under that he's traveling. So later we can just call him that I want to submit our progress chapter 1. He says he's at Oshun. Another time you call him again, he said I'm at this, I'm at that. So he was not around at that side. So he asked us to send it to his mail. So at that point, we waiting, we trying to, and seeing others leaving the school premises, and it's somehow to us. So at the end, he had to find his way back to us, and we had to submit it. And at the point of we submitting it, he also complained about some things that we ought to do immediately by correction, or we didn't do this, we didn't do that. It's because of your lack of being available for us so that you can supervise us accordingly.
My name is Aisha Shaibu. My supervisor was always not around. He was so busy. So it was always difficult for me to get him. And then the whole school had to finish their project. I was still around. I had to just stay back even after my exams just to meet up with him and then get my projects done. But at the end of the day, I liked one thing. He was able to, but towards the end, when he realized the time was far, the time has already been spent and all, he was able to give me 2 weeks that we were able to round up, and then I got a good grade.
My supervisor in school was very tough man. So when I heard he was even my supervisor, I had to cry because of the man. Though one of the challenges I faced was that the man is not consistent in school. So before you can get him, you have to stand at his door from morning till evening before you get him. And despite even if you stay there, he's going to tell you that go back home, I cannot be available today, come back the next day. And the other thing is that the man will have to check your work from beginning to the end. If there's any single mistake, you have to return it back and do it. And the other challenge is that most of them like girls. So if you're not a fine girl, they will not attend to you. That's it.
My name is Hadiza Babakacha. Some of these challenges I face personally begins with presenting a project topic. You present 1, 2, 3 topics, and some supervisors just are not okay with your topic. So you find it difficult to please some of these supervisors. And then after they've even approved the topic, seeing them to submit chapter one or other things is always very challenging. You go to the office, they are not around. Some of you go, they are even around, they said they are talking to their colleagues or they are busy, come back later. So timing as well is one of biggest challenge to me personally. During my own time, one of my challenge was for the supervisor to accept the project topic. And after he accepted the topic, anytime I want to see him, he'll be like, I'm busy, come back later. I'm busy, come back later. So I have to now, it gave me serious pressure because exams were coming. I want to wrap up my project and face the exams. But then the pressure was just crazy. And but what will you do? You just have to be patient. At the end of the day, lecturers will always be right. It's just like they are always right. They will tell you are being lazy. You are the one that is not serious. But you want to.
The most common factors from the interview is management, which needs more attention. Based on the analysis of student views, challenges and difficulties students face while composing and writing proposal and research topic. The most common challenge or difficulty students face while writing research proposal and projects in early stage can be summarized as the following. Writing the research proposal and project in English as second language. Selecting the right topic. Selecting the right methodology of writing proposals. Lack of motivation in writing proposals and projects. Lack of good knowledge in specialization. Lack of time and stress chiefly out of their preoccupation with other subjects. Also, less time given from supervisors to students. Institutional lecturers also complain and advise students. Let's hear what they have to say.
I'm facing students who are not willing to work. Some of them, they are not the one writing their project. I have discovered that one. People are writing it for them, but unfortunately, even if somebody has written a project for you, common sense demands that you should take time and study that thing so that in the defense you'll be able to defend it. But we are in a situation where students will go outside, hire mercenaries, write project for them. They will not even have time to look at it. On the day of defense, they will just be looking. I saw that. All right? So that is the greatest problem. They are not willing to do anything. They are not. Even against a backdrop, when you weigh it against the backdrop of the fact now that they have a lot of advantages over us during our own time. Well, it was only library. We were able to, we depended upon only library. But now you have the internet, you have the same library, you have social media, everything available, but they are not willing to tap from those things. So it's really a very, very, very big problem. And now I'm beginning to visualize how it will be the next 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know how this problem will, how the situation will be. What I'm seeing now, we're in a very big problem. We are in a very big, the present generation of students don't want to do anything, I repeat. There is the attitudinal problem. The attitude is not to write home about. They take things lying low, no seriousness of purpose. They just want the certificates to acquire it and leave. The issue of defending it does not appeal to them. So my sister, is a very big problem, it's a very big challenge, which I don't know the solution.
There are many recommendations and suggestions to curtail the challenges and help them to do well in the early stage of writing research, proposal, and projects. There should be research-based teaching to develop student writing and make their cognitive ability ready for research. Training students with writing answers for open questions and activities will enhance the students to think critically and creatively. Further research can be extended to identify the research challenges in each variable discussed in this study in details, as it will be interesting and useful, such as research ethic or motivations. Thank you once again, Adewumi.
A lab attendant at the Blue Cross Hospital, Lagos, Oriyomi Ajao, has reiterated that the best means to curb malaria in Nigeria is to cultivate the habit of using mosquito nets and ensure neat environments. The management of the Nigerian Institute of Journalism has extended the project submission of the graduating class of Higher National Diploma till August ending. A Nigerian popular musician, Chris Daniel, has put up a free show to compensate the Tanzania for his failure to meet up with the initial show. Residents of Seawade Avenue, Ijebu, Lagos, have accused the Lagos State Waste Management Authority of neglecting the waste in the area despite several calls and requests. That's end the news. My name is Babatunde Adeomi.